Let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the visiting Scarlet Raptors. And forward, a 6'5" freshman from Pemberton, New Jersey, number 15, Cameron Downs. And forward, a 6'2" sophomore from Washington Township, New Jersey, number 11, Rich Santos. And guard, a 5'9" sophomore from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 5, Kobe Devine. And guard, a 6'1" junior from Winslow, New Jersey, number 2, Evan Henry. And a guard, a 6'4" senior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 1, James Savage. The head coach in his fourth season, Stuart Pridia, and the assistant coaches are Barry Devine, Jordan Blackman, Matt Cloud, and Anwar King. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Baruch College Bearcats. At guard, a 5'11" sophomore from Staten Island, New York, number 13, Devin Nicholson. At guard, a 6'2" junior from Jamaica, New York, number 15, Jamel Fair. And forward, a 6'6" graduate student from Smithtown, New York, number 20, Michael Gannon. And forward, a 6'5" junior from Elmhurst, New York, number 10, Mohamed Gueye. And a guard, a 6'1" graduate student from New York City, number 11, Saeed Osorio. Bearcats head coach in his 10th year, John Alisi, and the assistant coaches, Robert Alisi, Michael Munchko, and Patrick Mahoney. Now, let's play ball.
And welcome to the Arc Arena as Baruch will play their second of a back-to-back tonight, or this afternoon, playing the Raptors of University of Rutgers at Camden. Baruch riding a 5-game winning streak here into the Arc Arena, trying to close out non-conference play with a W, while the Raptors coming into the Arc, losers of 5 in a row. And Joe, that could be a lot attested to how they are at the defensive end, letting up at 72, getting outscored, by 13 points per game, and letting the team shoot about 48%.
Yeah,
happy
Friday, David. Happy Friday to Baruch Nation. Baruch has got to come out quick and fast and furious because this is a home court game and conference play when it counts starts next week.
And Rutgers on the board first as Santos knocks it down, and they'll quickly set up in a full court press here.
Yeah, they can't let Rutgers Newark hang around.
So it'll be Mohamed Gueye up top. Santos on him. Gueye drives into the lane, kicks it out to Osorio on the far side wing. Gueye trying to go to work in the block. Working on Santos. Puts the ball on the deck, and that's going to be the first foul of the afternoon. That's going to go on number 11, Rich Santos.
David, what I'd like to see from the Bearcats is they get Sean Donnellan a little bit more playing time coming off an injury, and Avil Vaughn, get him really in the flow early.
We'll see him coming off the bench today as Gueye has the ball. He's with Purisic, Devin Nicholson, Osorio, and Fair. Fair hits the deck here, and it's going to be out of bounds, actually, as the Raptors were able to come away with a turnover, but they stepped out of bounds, so it'll stay right here with the Bearcats.
I think the Bearcats just have to be patient. Don't rush things. They're coming off a big win, so they have momentum going in their brain today.
And Cuniac play will restart again on the third as they travel to York. There's going to be a whistle here. I think they're going to talk about the shot clock, and I think it should have been a fresh 30 there, Joe, as the Raptors were able to take the ball away from the Bearcats and then stepped out of bounds, resetting the possession.
Yeah, it was definitely a reset. Should be a reset.
And they're actually going to keep it there at 16 seconds. So minute gone, only one bucket in the basket from Santos on Rutgers.
But Bearcats have to really be good at their shot selection, no matter who the opponent is. Get good shots. Take your time.
So Purisic working in the paint. And triple teamed at that point, kicks it out to Osorio, straight on three. He got it off in time. Shot no good. It's going to be Downs who comes away with the rebound, and Rutgers quickly to push the other way. Corner three there, shot off by Henry, and it'll be Baruch to rebound. Jamel Fair will bring it up quickly up to Purisic. We've seen the tempo here in the last couple possessions, start to pick up, and it's going to be a blocking foul there. It looks like it's going to be on number 5, Kobe Devine. That's going to be his first.
Yeah, Rutgers Camden seems like an athletic team. They do have length. So let's look at Dave. This game might be a track meet for Baruch, but they can't foul and get caught up like that. They have to be disciplined defensively.
And Purisic good on the first.
Purisic, a possible player of the year, and CUNY has added a kind of perimeter to his game.
And he rattles home the second, so perfect 2 of 2 of the line. All tied up, a minute and a half gone here at the arc. Ooh, dangerous pass. It was Savage trying to slip it into Santos on the far side. Osorio able to get his hand in there and will stay with Rutgers.
Yeah, Baruch is going to have to cause turnovers for Rutgers by playing good defensive basketball.
So Downs has it up top, gives it off to Henry. Henry puts it on the deck. Back to Savage, over to Henry. Santos calling for it here on the near side. He gets it, looking for options. Ball swung around the perimeter. That's going to be an open pull-up 3 there for Henry. Excuse me, actually it's going to be Devine, and shot was no good. They're going to say it was a foul on the floor.
Yeah, Baruch needs to get out and contest. No easy. Christmas is over. No gifts. Get out there, take away that 3 ball, because 3 is more than 2 and can hurt you later on.
The foul there's going to be on Savage. It's going to be his first. He was a little overzealous trying to box out for that rebound.
But, Gueye will do that. He'll get good position and cause you to go over him.
So it's Nicholson putting the ball on the floor, going right into the paint, kicks it out to Gueye. Gueye thinks about the shot. He'll get to the free throw line, kick it out to Fair. Now to Osorio on the far side. Ball swung around the perimeter over to Purisic. Purisic going to go baseline. His shot no good, a little short. Gets his own rebound and able to finish.
Well, it looked like a little contact on the first attempt, but he stayed with it. That's that body control that opens up opportunities for Emil.
So Downs has it on the interior. A little bit of a jab step, kicks it outside to Henry. Henry looking for options, finds Santos. Ball swung around the perimeter onto the near side to Savage. Up top, that's Henry again. Shot a little too strong, no good. Santos and Osorio, on the far side battle for it. It's Osorio comes away with it, and he'll quickly push left to right.
Osorio's, I keep saying after every game, he's like a cornerback out there. Makes things happen.
Gueye straight on 3. His shot a little too strong, no good. And it's Downs who soars for the rebound.
Guy's added that outside shot to his game.
So it's Downs. Going to dribble right into the lane. Able to get right to the basket with no contest.
Hey, Dave, even great defense couldn't have stopped that. That was a great post move.
But if you're Baruch, you want to see a little help defense there, especially if he has that first step.
He had the angle. It was tough to come over and defend any way you look at it.
So now Gueye working on the post for the Bearcats. He's able to finish a little bit of a push shot there, Joe, with the right hand.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's looking more NBA-ish guy every game.
We're starting to see some baskets flow as it was a little slow here in the early going. It's now Devine on the near side. Ball swung around the perimeter to Santos on the right wing. Back up top to Devine. Jab step, 1 dribble over to Downs on the near side. Santos comes off a screen. Pull-up jumper. His shot a little too strong. No good off back iron. And Purisic soars for the rebound.
They really made Rutgers work on that possession. Good defense by the Bearcats.
Osorio hop step into the paint. Finds Purisic with great position inside. And he's able to finish with the right hand.
Hey, great pass, great catch in traffic, and great finish.
He was able to really create that position towards the basket. We saw him do a little bit of that yesterday as well against Goucher.
That's a great basketball IQ and great vision by your guard.
So now Downs has it on the interior, going to work on Purisic. Ooh, looks like there might have been some contact there. No call, works for Baruch. Osorio going to dribble. He brings it into the front court, gives it over to Purisic. Cross-court pass the Guy on the near side. He's going to pull a 3. That's going to be off back iron, no good. And it'll be Savage who comes away with the rebound. Devine coming the other way to Santos on the near side. 3-pointer right in front of Baruch, and he knocks it down.
Well, Santos was able to set his feet, and the defense was late to get there. Baruch has to tighten up. It's early. Baruch and Rutgers trying to see what each other's trying to do.
It's already the 4-3 attempt led up by Baruch, only the first make for Rutgers. With that said, Joe, I feel like Rutgers have had a few opportunities open coming off screens for three-pointers.
Hey, listen, Rutgers has nothing to lose. Baruch has a lot on the line here. So you got to really take that into account. Don't get complacent. Play D like you're playing against the national champion.
And Purisic has 8 of the Bearcats' first 10 as Downs has it up top for the Raptors. Kicks it outside to Santos on the far side corner.
I like that Purisic is getting touches and getting into a rhythm early. He's your guy.
Oh, what a find by Savage, and that's going to be and one as Henry's able to lay it in with the reverse, and that'll send him to the line for an opportunity to old-school three-point play and a chance to tie it up here early on in the ballgame.
Well, Rutgers has made a couple of good plays for a team that don't go by their record, David. You know, every game is a new game, so Baruch has to really figure out what Rutgers is about early here.
So checking into the game for Rutgers is Kwamir Amin and number 25, Jordani Pierre.
Sean Donnellan in the game. We need him to get his mojo back.
And Devin Nicholson as well, as he has the ball in his hands. Over to Gerard Nicholson, back over to Devin. Jab step, takes the pick left from Purisic, gives it off to Gueye on the near side wing. He'll put it on the deck, working against Downs. Downs has some nice length to him, as it's going to be a three-pointer there from Devin Nicholson, who knocks it down. What a shot there. And it's going to be a timeout for Coach Alisi with 6 minutes and 11 seconds gone. Baruch lead by 4, 13-9. We'll step aside. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So it'll be Amin to walk things up for Rutgers here as they trail by 4. Over to Henry on the near side.
Baruch going small, basically, in their lineup. Baruch going small in their lineup now, basically a guard-oriented team for Coach Alisi. And we want to see Wagner get some touches early on and get into a rhythm on the block because he's a difference maker.
And Baruch looked like they, nope, still playing man-to-man, sorry. Oh, no, maybe they did. They have switched to more of a 2-3 zone as the 3 there on the far side by Henry's no good, but it's going to be an offensive board by Pierre, but he takes too many steps underneath, so it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, Pierre's kind of a wide body, and Baruch is going to have to really find him and seal him. Don't let him get easy rebounds and comfortable in the block. Donnellan, a very good ball handler, gets it up the court quickly.
And it's Nicholson now here on the near side. Looking for options, has Donnellan in the corner, and the defensive pressure from Camden has really ramped up here since that timeout, as now Nicholson into the paint. His shot off front iron, no good.
Yeah, Baruch looked unsure on offense at possession, Dave.
Amin over to Henry. He's going to pull a 3, and he'll knock it down. Big shot there from the 6'1" junior, Gavin Henry.
Yeah, he was open on that, Dave. Not much defense from the Bearcats. Don't give Rutgers any confidence. They're looking for it.
Akil Vaughn finds Gerard Nicholson inside. Maybe a little bit too hard of a pass. Ball's on the floor. And it's going to be a jump ball, and it'll stay with the Bearcats. But nice hustle play by Camden. Like I said, Joe, they've really turned on the defense here in the last few minutes.
Dave, it's critical for some of the leaders on Baruch to tell the other players, be patient. Okay, Rutgers is playing with a little confidence now, but let's get our confidence going now. We're at home.
A couple changes here. Actually, one change here for Rutgers as number 24, Sean Jules, has checked into the game.
Also, Jamel Fair is back in the game, a veteran for Coach Alisi.
And Devin Nicholson right into the lane. High shot, no good. Off right iron, and it comes into the hands of Savage. He'll quickly push the other way. Gives it off to Pierre up top. Ball swung around the perimeter. Amin has it now on the near side, up top to Savage. Ball quickly moving around. Jules has it on the far side. Now Downs up top.
They're looking for the three, Rutgers. Baruch, get up.
And now Pierre's going to pull a corner three, and he knocks it down.
The three ball is giving a lot of confidence and momentum to Rutgers.
And Rutgers with that shot have taken the lead back 15-13. A little more than 8 minutes gone here at the Arc Arena. Baruch in the second game of a back-to-back as they faced Goucher College yesterday in a 65-55 win.
It was defense yesterday, Dave, that got the W for the Bearcats.
And they've let Rutgers of Camden shoot well from the floor. 46% from the field here in the early going as Jamel Fair's three. No good. Well contested there by Pierre for Rutgers Camden. It'll be Amin to come the other way for the Raptors. Jules has it on the near side wing. Up top to Downs. Ooh, he took too many steps, and that'll go the other way. I think he was halfway thinking about the three, and then he put the ball on the deck.
Dave, I think in the bottom of their mind that Rutgers thinks they're going to get this game with the three ball. So I don't care who you are, they're looking for the three. Baruch has to pick up on that.
A little surprising as well is they've only shot around 22% from downtown on the season, so not a strength of their game.
You never know, Dave. Sometimes in a game, things happen that don't happen. That's the beauty of sports.
Nicholson going to pull a deep three, and he knocks it down.
Some guys are going to step up for you, Dave, in a game like this, and that's what equals a championship in March.
And a good test here for the Bearcats in the early going. They now lead by one. Jules gets it stripped from him by Donnellan. Nice hustle play there. They got a 3-on-1 if they play it right. Nicholson and one. Sloppy play there, though. You got to let the basket in there as it was a 3-on-1 opportunity, and Baruch able to take advantage.
Welcome back, Donnellan. He's a vital part of this attack because he's also like a cornerback out there for you. He doesn't take it. You see his elbows, and he wanted that ball.
And I think it was interesting because Nicholson fell, no foul call there with a little bit of contact. I wonder if Rutgers kind of thought that there was going to be, a whistle there, and they didn't necessarily play through it because just right after that, Donald was able to come in for the steal.
Yeah, I think the refs are letting them play, Dave.
Now Santos far side three, wide open. Baruch did not close down, and Santos can hit, but I think Baruch fortunate on that one, as their defense a bit lackadaisical on the far side.
Yeah, they're just not getting out. You practice that in practice. Get out, contest.
Akil Vaughn has the mismatch. Oh, I think he might have got away with one there as he finds a cutting Nicholson, who's able to lay it in with the reverse.
Well,
Pierre good on the defense there, but Nicholson able to finish over the outstretched hand.
How about the wherewithal for him to stay in it, keep his eyes up, and find a cutting Nicholson?
Yeah, he got doubled, so they quickly found the cutter, to your point, Joe.
Yeah, Wagner's got a really good basketball IQ. I see that. I'm very impressed by him. Oh, I'm sorry.
And Fair comes away with that loose ball. It'll be Purisic the other way. Purisic into the corner to Donnellan, and he stepped out of bounds. Ooh, hit a nice shot after the whistle. It's not going to count, but it'll go back to Rutgers as they'll take it out underneath their own basket.
I see Coach Alisi's plan is to give Vaughn more playing time as the games go on, and that's going to really prove to be vital going into conference play.
Seeing less of Mohamed Gueye here in the early going, a little bit more of Akil Vaughn.
Well, his body just makes a big difference in the game, and it makes the opponent think.
And Henry pulls the three. And, Joe, it's something we talked about actually yesterday when Mohamed Gueye led the team in scoring, had a 7-block game. But we spoke about it during the game, Joe. We said, with the back-to-back happening, you may see less of one guy, more of another to really kind of gauge those minutes as they have to play a lot of basketball over the course of 2 days.
Well, Coach Alisi is such a great in-the-game coach, and he makes really good choices in substitution. I call it situational basketball. He's a master at that. By the way, Vaughn just made a great block. Thank you for a volleyball background. Legal.
And Downs off on the first.
Notice how the momentum has changed. It's now on Baruch's side with a couple of additions based on Coach Alisi's substitute pattern. He kind of weathered the storm a little bit.
Cameron Downs an excellent free throw shooter, 78% from the line on the season as he knocks down the second.
Looks like a good player.
Yeah, leading scorer coming into this game with almost 12 points a game for the Raptors. Now Fair going inside to Purisic. Ball knocked away from him, and it's going to stay right here.
I think what they're going to have to do with Emil, like at all post play, is get him on the block and let him go to work. Don't try kind of in traffic passes.
Nicholson able to get it. I think he was thinking about the quick shot off the inbounds, but he'll circle back to the half court. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Guy has it on the far side wing. Finds Purisic inside. Purisic able to turn off glass. Shot off the front iron. No good.
But that's where you want Purisic to kind of roam.
I'm comfortable with him taking that shot. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 30-second timeout for Coach Pradia and the University of Rutgers at Camden. So we'll step aside with 8:23 remaining. Baruch lead 20-16. So it'll be Baruch's ball as they lead 20-16.
Well, Rutgers feels confident. I heard the bench that, they're doing some things out there, which they are.
So it'll be Devin Nicholson, free throw line jumper off front iron, no good. And it'll be the University of Rutgers Camden to come right to left. Henry on the near side, trying to get it inside the Downs. Nicholson tipped it. It's going to be Purisic up ahead to Donnellan. He's going to work against Henry. His shot, no good. Devin Nicholson on the rebound, finds Guy cutting to the basket. His shot a little too strong, and it'll be Devine who comes away with it for the Raptors.
Well, look at the defense on the last play about the converging. Donaldson, Nicholson, all converging. That leads to turnovers.
And a foul underneath on Guy is Devine was trying to get the pass inside to Downs. A little too handsy was Guy, so it'll be side out for the Raptors.
This particular Baruch lineup before Nicholson went really knows each other, knows what they're going to do, which equals success defensively.
Devin Nicholson leading all scorers tonight with 10 here in the first half. Inbound to Downs, inside now to Pierre. Pierre going to back against Guy. He's nice post move there, and he's able to finish with the left hand.
Well, David, Guy gave up on that. And, you can't give up. You got to stay with it, try and defend.
We've seen Pierre play both an inside-outside game here in the early go. Ooh, nice find there by Guy. As Donnellan's shot, no good, but he was fouled as he went up. And we'll go to the line to shoot two as the foul there is on Downs.
Donnellan, just such a tough player. Seems to be a little banged up now, but, he's vital to the Baruch attack.
My guess is he got hit somewhere where you just don't want to get hit.
No, he got, in an area of you don't want to visit with contact.
He's just gonna breathe it off and take his shots, but and the first one drops through. 72% free throw shooter on the season is Sean Donnellan.
Yeah, he's one of those players that does the intangible things, that forget about his scoring. His toughness just, it just oozes good things for the Bearcats.
And Nicholson will come in for Donnellan.
Well, you don't lose anything with Coach Alisi's substitutions. Each one of his subs is equal to the other in what they bring to the positivity category.
We've seen Nicholson win CUNYAC Player of the Week twice already this year, as Pierre once again able to finish inside with the left hand. And Coach Alisi's next substitution may have to figure out how to deal with Pierre on the inside.
Yeah, but
he's been getting his shot.
Dave, to your point, Guy's just not really positioning himself to stop him. He's got to do a better job at positioning.
And Pierre on the steal there gives it up ahead to Downs, who gets it knocked away. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Nice hustle play there by Osorio to chase down that steal.
Dave, I'm telling you, Osorio's a difference maker. He's got great hands, great feet, and great awareness and anticipation. This is a great substitution for Coach Alisi because Osorio is going to be in the game at a time when Baruch has to stop any momentum change.
And Nicholson now puts it on the floor. Crossover move, brings it back out to Purisic. Oh, cross-court pass to Osorio on the far side. A little bit of a spin move into the lane. Gives it out to Gueye. Guy's going to pull a near side three. Shot off back iron, no good. And it's going to be Devine who comes away with it for Rutgers. Up ahead to Savage. Gives it inside to Santos. Santos off glass, no good.
Well, the length of Gueye really stopped Santos' shot.
Ooh. Dangerous pass there by Jamel Fair as it gets knocked out of bounds. Luckily for him, it was off the Raptors last, so it'll stay with the Bearcats.
I would like to see Baruch work the clock, be patient. They're rushing it offensively.
So Fair to inbound right in front of Rutgers' bench. Gives it inside to Purisic. Pierre over delivered. It's going to be an offensive foul, though, as Santos takes it right in the chest.
Well, that was a great move by Purisic to get free. And I don't know, Dave. I don't know if Santos really got there. Debatable call, David.
We unfortunately don't have the luxury of replay, so it'll
well,
go back to
we
Rutgers
need that,
Camden.
Dave. We got to put in our word for replay.
Some more monitors would be nice as Kobe Devine knocking one down from the near side corner.
I was waiting to say Kobe once today. He's from Philadelphia as well.
Not quite Lower Merion, though, as
I think he's from Upper.
oh, a steal there. I think that was from behind by Savage, up ahead to Devine as well. He's going to go 1-on-2, but he got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. But once again, Pierre and Savage, all over the place.
Yeah, again, Baruch has got to really slow it down and get some things going. They're really out of sync here offensively.
And they trail now by 1 as they were just up 4 moments ago. And Devine knocks down the first.
I'm not sure that it bodes well, David, because Baruch did play a tough game yesterday, and it looks like body language-wise they may be a little off at this point.
Yeah, agreed. Maybe some energy as well, too. Devine only a 50% free throw shooter after he hit that one. He's now 7 of 14, making 8 of 15 on the season.
So who's going to step up now for the Bearcats to kind of right this ship now? We're in a little down period.
It's been a back-and-forth game all afternoon here in the first half. Osorio's going to pull a 3-shot way off, and that's going to go out of bounds and back to Camden.
Coach Alisi's not going to be happy about that.
And just like that, Joe, he'll want to talk things over with 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Baruch now trail by 3. We'll step aside. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So an empty possession last time down for Baruch. It'll be Rutgers' ball to take it in underneath their own basket.
Dave, Baruch is going to have to get to the foul line a little bit more, go to an interior game versus an outside game at this point to get back in the game.
And they have the players to do it, Joe, with Purisic, Vaughn, Mohamed Gueye. So definitely the big men to get it done. We'll see what they do here late in the first going into the second half. As Camden running out of time here. They only got 5 seconds to shoot. It's going to be Savage from the left wing. Ooh, shot was about, I would say, halfway down, Joe, and popped back out, luckily for the Bearcats.
Yeah. What he did was, again, Baruch has got to stop that player getting their feet set, getting a clear look at the basket.
And Henry and Jules checking back into the game for Camden.
So the offense now with Fair and Nicholson up top, they've got to look for the interior players to get position and let them go to work.
So both Nicholson's on the floor. It's Devin Nicholson with the ball now. Fair, Purisic, and Gueye also on the floor for the Bearcats.
Baruch has got to do a lot of screening down low, get people open.
Purisic, free throw line jumper, doesn't hit anything, and that's back-to-back air balls for the Bearcats, as it'll be Savage coming the other way over to Amin here on the near side.
I think Purisic settled. He needed to go deeper.
And Amin knocks it down. So a big three there from Camden. It's the biggest lead of the night, 6-point lead for the Scarlet Raptors.
Yeah, Camden feels confident, Dave, and Baruch has got to change that.
Said it was a game of momentum, Joe. Right now it's definitely in the hands of Camden. Is Devin Nicholson trying to answer on the other end, and he does. Knocks it down. He's got 13 of Baruch's 25.
How many times have you seen Nicholson step up?
He's having a monster first half, as it'll be Amin, on the top of the key. Gives it over to Jules. Jules has it up top, over to Savage here on the near side. Ball swung to the corner of Henry.
Make them work clock. Make them work clock.
And it's going to be Amin to pull a three. His shot doesn't hit anything. It's going to be Gueye who easily pulls that one down. And it'll be Nicholson to bring it into the front court. Gerard Nicholson to be specific. And he'll slow things out and call out the offense. Crossover move. He's working on number 20, Stafford.
Baruch has got to do a better job of screening down low. It's too crowded there.
Jab step from Purisic. He takes the pick, from Fair. He takes the pick from Purisic. Fair gets fouled as he was going up. And he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Well, we haven't heard much from Fair today, and we need him to step up because he can get to the basket where Baruch needs to go now.
Two shots.
72% free throw shooter on the season is Jamel Fair.
Coach Elise is going to get a win today if the post players for Baruch go to work.
So Fair knocks them both down, and it's now a 1-point game. Joe, we said game of momentum, and Baruch have scored 5 unanswered.
Well, remember, we're going to be repetitious in saying Rutgers has nothing to lose. Baruch has everything to gain in this particular match. When you're 2-9, you're just happy to be playing.
Still early on, though, Joe. They still have their whole conference schedule as well ahead of them. So
yeah,
they may not look at it as with.
Hey, listen, this might be a turning point, but hopefully not.
And Mohamed Gueye comes out with the block there, as it was Henry who wanted to take a three, but Gueye closed out appropriately, and now it's Devin Nicholson at the free throw line looking for options, gives it outside to Gerard Nicholson. He looks for the three. He knocks it down. Big shot there from Gerard Nicholson, and Baruch have the lead as they go 8 unanswered.
The fact that Baruch is turning it around is going to bode well a month from now, Dave. We don't want to give Rutgers new life in their season.
Definitely, Bearcats going to be battle-tested for that conference schedule, as inside to Savage is no good. Ball loose. Savage gets his own rebound. He gets fouled as he goes up with it, so he'll go to the line.
Like the way Guy was battling down there. But again, the ball just bounced into Rutgers' hands. But Guy's battling.
I thought he had that rebound. He was just battling with too many, I think, underneath on that possession.
Coach Alisi really looking at his front court depth. He may have to bring Vaughn in at a certain point just to, keep this front court edge going.
And Savage off on the second, but it was Jules who came away with the rebound for the Raptors. It's a 1-point game. The Raptors trail. Savage inside to Pierre. Pierre, working hard, and he took too many steps. Trying to work against Panagakos.
He thought he had more room than he did, so he caused that by himself. He just, lost balance.
Stumbled a little bit.
But you have to deny him that position that he's getting.
It's tough right now. If they're going to put Panagakos on him, maybe. But, right now, Mohamed Gueye is probably their biggest player, one of their forwards out on the floor
Hey,
right
listen,
now.
Panagakos, that's 5 fouls Coach Alisi can work with if he wants to. Just to be defense.
Nice cut there by Nicholson. Catch the ball at the elbow, and he able to hit that one. Devin Nicholson having a monster first half.
I'll tell you, Nicholson had a great breakfast, David, before this game because he's ready to go today.
He's got 13 in 11 minutes.
Well, that was a good because it took away anything from this post player that's camping out.
That's going to send Pierre to the line though for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, Pierre is camping out, and Baruch did a good job of converging on him.
Pierre only 60% from the free throw line. So, Joe, to your point, maybe it wasn't a bad idea to foul him when he was able to establish that
it's
position.
that shack attack.
And he's off on the first. Devin Nicholson comes away with it, and we've entered the final minute of basketball here in the first half between Rutgers and Camden and Baruch.
Nicholson is doing everything out there.
Gerard Nicholson now here on the near side. Pierre on him. A little bit of a mismatch. Gives it off to Donaldson. Donaldson wide open three here on the near side wing, and he knocks it down.
And did you see the patience to get Donaldson open? If they would have rushed it, that wouldn't have happened.
So now Jules has it on the near side. Up top to Savage. Inside to Pierre. Inside out game to Jules. Donaldson closes him out. Devine over to Savage.
Baruch's looking at the clock with 20. They have to stay disciplined.
Devine going to pull a three over the outstretched hand of Donaldson. No good. Guy comes away with the rebound. Baruch have 12 seconds. 10. Nicholson into the front court. Crossover into the lane. Left-handed shot way off. No good. And Henry has a chance to put up a shot here right before the end of the half. Nope, it's going to be into the hands of Devine. I don't think he got it off. And they're going to say, no, it did not count.
No, Dave, that was after the buzzer.
So that'll do it for the first half. At the half, Baruch going to the locker room up by 6, 35-29. We'll step aside here at the Arc Arena. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And welcome back to the Arc Arena. Baruch take a 6-point lead into the break, coming out leading 35-29, trying to sweep this back-to-back they've had at the Arc Arena over the last 2 days.
Yeah, they started to wake up, David, in the latter part of the first half. Little tied from yesterday, but they ended on a good note.
Nice handoff there from Downs into Savage. His shot no good. Kick back outside to number 2, Gavin Henry, also off, but Savage able to corral the rebound, gives it outside to Downs. Downs going to take too many steps and is going to go back the other way.
David, I'm surprised that Cameron Downs isn't more of a factor in this game. Really good player. Length, has some skills, freshman.
Only 3 points for the Raptors' leading scorers. Donelon will bring it up. He starts in the second half alongside the Nicholson brothers, Mohamed Gueye and Emil Purisic.
I think Coach Alisi again wants to really give Donelon some minutes to get him ready for conference play.
Entry pass inside to Purisic. He loses it, though. I think it was a bit of a dangerous pass, though, from Mohamed Gueye, and it'll go back to the Raptors with Devine bringing it into the front court.
Yeah, Purisic needed to kind of be in position. He really wasn't.
Maybe an extra second or two to let him get set up before that entry pass. Either way, it'll be Santos here on the near side, Savage up top. He'll put it on the deck, kicks it outside on the far side. That looks like number 2, Gavin Henry. Devine on the near side. Santos calling for it in the near corner. Doesn't get it. Back out to Henry. His elbow jumper. Too strong, and Purisic will grab the board.
Henry looks like a really good player, and Baruch has to not let him get going.
Nice find from Purisic underneath the guy. I think he might have been throwing the alley-oop. It was a little underneath the basket. Guy able to pull it down and finish off glass.
Guy's got really good hands. He's like a tight end out there.
Downs on the inside. Santos near side 3. Shot way off. Barely grazes the rim. And Guy comes away with the rebound. He'll run point for a few moments. As Donelon in the front court, he'll get it to him.
If Baruch is patient offensively, they can really kind of separate themselves from Rutgers now, early in the second half.
Need to find their opportunities as they now lead by 8. Looking for a backdoor cutting Nicholson. Instead, it'll be Gerard Nicholson on the wing. He gets fouled, though, and it'll be side out for the Bearcats.
I think Coach Alisi really said, let's get good shots, guys. If you wait a couple of seconds, you're going to get a good shot.
So Anthony Orzakowski checking into the game for the first time so far this afternoon. Mohamed Gueye able to get it right off the inbound and lay it in, and that's easy basket.
Great pass.
And if you're Coach Perdilla, you got to eliminate those, or you want your team, to eliminate those immediately.
Great pass from Nicholson as an entry pass, right into the hands.
Kept it high, too, did Mohamed Gueye. Orzakowski, his shot no good. The southpaw couldn't hit from the near side corner, and it'll be Donelon into the front court. He'll circle back. Devine all over him. Gerard Nicholson now has it. Devine picks him up over to Mohamed Gueye. Santos to close him out. Devin Nicholson on the far side. Couple jab steps working on Orzakowski. He'll back off. Gueye now. Santos on him. Gueye into the paint. He'll post Santos up, working. Trying to get a good look, and he's able to finish off glass. Nice spin move to the baseline for Mohamed Gueye.
Yeah, Guy's a very confident player at this point in his career, David.
So it's going to be a timeout for Rutgers Camden as they want to talk things over. We'll step aside with 16:52. Baruch have stretched their lead to 12. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So it'll be Rutgers Camden with 19 seconds to shoot, inbounding from in front of their own bench. Ball into the hands of Santos, looking for options. Downs calling for it in the paint, gives it off to Savage. Orzechowski on the near side. Baruch really moving their feet on the defensive end. Donnellan closes out Santos. Ball finds the way, hands into Devine, and he'll step out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. And if you're Coach Perdilla, you can't be happy with that possession coming out of the timeout.
Dave, Baruch did a good job on locating Downs and didn't allow an entry pass to him. So they're taking away that big element of the Rutgers attack.
So Donnellan going to drive right in the lane, trying to find Purisic. Devine able to step in front of that one, and he quickly gives up to Savage. Coming the other way, good smart play there by Gueye, not to goaltend, and Savage able to lay it in.
Yeah, Baruch cannot have errors like that. That's a mental error by Donnellan. Coach Alisi, you know, that's what he doesn't want. Wants smart play out there.
And Devin Nicholson has it now, gives it over to Gerard Nicholson, up top to Emil Purisic. Purisic working inside, and he gets fouled as he goes up with it, and I think he might have got bailed out on that one, as it seemed that shot seemed to be way short.
Yeah, he was determined on that play. But I think if he would have kept his path, he would have been able to ward the defender off with his left shoulder instead of fading away.
Not something you want. Cameron Downs already his third foul. If you're a Rutgers fan, that's your leading scorer getting in some foul trouble there, as Pierre will check into the game for Downs.
Well, hopefully we can get Purisic some touches, given what you just said, Dave. It's not the worst thing in the world.
And actually, that's a correction. That's going to be Downs going to stay on the floor. It's going to be Santos who comes to the bench.
Yeah, but going to Purisic as your guy is not the worst thing, your first option.
And that's going to be a lane violation. That's a rarity here at the Arc Arena, and Purisic will have an opportunity to reshoot.
I like this substitution by Coach Alisi inserting Vaughn in, because, again, Vaughn can maybe extend this lead and get him some experience down low in the block.
Especially Pierre's really had his way down there in the first half for Rutgers, as now Savage has it on the near side. And you can see Pierre trying to establish position. They're trying to get into him. Nice play there from back door from Nicholson, who gives it up ahead to Gerard Nicholson. Bounce pass over to Donnellan. He goes through some contact. Nice play there by Downs. That would have been his fourth. And then you'd really have to consider him taken out of this ball game. So smart play there and good defense by Downs to go straight up. It's Savage now on the near side. Downs has the ball. So it's a far side three by Orzechowski. Shot no good. Mohamed Gueye able to soar for the rebound. Purisic now up to Devin Nicholson. He's waiting for some options. Instead, he'll pull himself. Shot a little too strong. No good off back iron. Downs. Oh. And that's a block against Nicholson. And I think the bench, I think, had a collective hold of their breath.
Well, I think Nicholson did everything he could to get what they call an old-fashioned charge. And I have a feeling that the ref will make it up for him on the other end.
It's one of those when you're playing with three fouls, you hear the whistle blow and you immediately spin your head to the referee, hoping it's not you, as Downs has it up top.
Now, Baruch by 11 has got to really be good on defense here. Don't let Rutgers back in.
And just like that, Pierre with an offensive board. And off that, Amin missed three. Orzechowski now on the far side corner. He gives it up to Savage. Back to Orzechowski, swung into the corner into Downs. Downs into the lane. Cross-court pass. It's Amin on the near side. Shot off back iron. No good. Good box out there by Nicholson. Down hits the deck, and it'll be Nicholson to dribble things up for the Bearcats.
Coach Alisi, Dave, has to be happy that Baruch has made a special effort to not let Downs get going.
He's really been struggling tonight, as he's only 1 of 4 for the field in 18 minutes.
I think the story of today is when Baruch has slowed it down and become patient, they've been successful. When they've rushed it, they've come away empty.
So that's the third foul on number 1, James Savage, 6'4" senior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And that's gonna be an offensive foul against Mohamed Gueye before the inbounds, and that's a play that just frustrates you if you're
what
Coach
happened
Alisi.
is he got frustrated and he put his arms up. He was trying to get position.
Now Savage on the near side, over to Downs. Amin in the corner, up top to Downs. Downs, bolt pass was tipped by Donnellan. And it's going to go off Savage last underneath, so it'll go back to the Bearcats. Jamel Fair will check into the game for the first time here in the second half.
And Vaughn was there again for a block. even though that was an interior pass that made it in, but there was Vaughn with those, volleyball hands.
And Osorio also comes into the game for the Bearcats. Gerard Nicholson working on Amin.
Baruch should be patient. Remember, the clock is your friend. No hurry. Up 11.
Osorio looking for options. Finds Vaughn. Vaughn trying to get inside to Gueye. Vaughn sets the pick. Jamel Fair. That one gets turned over. It was a low pass inside for Gueye, and it's Savage coming the other way, and he gets fouled. And will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Fair kind of went into traffic, needed to wait till there was a little more clearing on that play. Savage, another player who has not really got into it today, luckily for the Bearcats.
And he knocks down the first. To your point, that's only his 4th point on 1 of 4 shooting.
Yeah, let's Baruch Nation at home. Let's not look at Rutgers' record. They have some players here.
And a chance to cut the lead to 9 is around and out. And it'll be Baruch's ball with Gueye to bring things up. Santos on him, picking him up full court. Nicholson now has it on the logo. Gives it off inside to Akil Vaughn. Hand off to Mohamed Gueye. Gueye has Vaughn if he wants him. Gueye into the paint, and he's able to finish with the right hand.
Big-time move by Gueye, and a great play by Vaughn, who set the screen and looked to get into position. That's what you want your bigs to do.
And now Santos has it on the near side wing, gives it over to Savage. Savage inside to Pierre. Speaking about bigs who have position, Pierre deep inside. Trying to draw the contact, no call. Vaughn might have been lucky to get away with one there, and Baruch turned it over. Mohamed Gueye trying the full court pass, and it'll be Rutgers Camden to come the other way.
Yeah, Guy's got to give it to his guard to bring the ball up.
Ooh, nice play by Pierre, can't finish. The foul there is going to be on Vaughn on the arm, and that's going to send Pierre to the line to shoot 2.
Somebody's got to go over to Vaughn and tell him don't let Pierre get position, which he wants, and he'll hurt the Bearcats.
I think on that last possession, Joe, he just beat the Bearcats down the court, so he had position before the Bearcats set up defensively.
Yeah. He's got a wide body that doesn't take long to get position. You have to really focus in on him.
Yeah, they have him listed at 6'4", 230, so to your point, Joe, definitely a nice frame to deal with in the paint, and we've seen it here in the early going. Pierre's been good inside and out. It's an 11-point game. And Pierre good on the second.
But to our point, Dave, Vaughn can easily match him with that kind of pro body that he has.
And Pierre will come to the bench. Yeah, to your point, Joe, definitely a good size matchup for the Bearcats.
So as Pierre goes out, Coach Alisi takes Vaughn out. Okay, we have a different lineup now for Baruch.
Panagakos now in the lineup. And Nicholson gets fouled. I think the Rutgers bench wants a jump ball call, but they're going to say it was a little overzealous from Savage. That's only their 3rd team foul, but for Savage, that's his 4th, so he'll have to come to the bench as Gavin Henry will check into the game. And Osorio will come into the game for Gueye for the Bearcats.
So Baruch going, what you would say, guard-oriented now.
And they got to fix the shot clock here as the shot clock and game clock on behind both scoreboards has gone off. So don't forget to come out. We have 2 big dates on the calendar coming up for the Bearcats. First is on January 14th. It will be Alumni Day here at Medgar Evers. What's going to happen is the women are going to play at 12. Then we're going to have some of our alumni come play a little pickup here at the Arc Arena, and then the men will play at 4. That'll be a doubleheader against Medgar Evers. I know Joe's excited about that one. A lot of former athletes Dave, that you've worked with.
Yes, and here's the thing, that day is remembering the one and only Coach Ray Rankus, our dear friend who passed a number of years ago. tradition of excellence here that Coach Alisi has continued on. And all these players are out there in the world, families, and the loyalty to Coach Alisi and the program that Coach Ranker started will live on. And that day is so special for anybody that has anything to do with Baruch athletics. So hopefully, Baruch Nation, you come out. I think there'll be refreshments, and it'll be a great day. And Medgar Evers is a really good opponent.
Yep, definitely a great opponent for the Bearcats, one of their true rivals here in the CUNYAC. And then the other day to note on your calendar, actually, we do have 3 in total. It's February 2nd at home against Hunter, 5:30 and 7:30. It's the Battle of Lex, which is one of our biggest games here at the Arc Arena.
Yeah, great rivalry. And but all the CUNY, David, is a great, all these teams know each other, and it's really last man standing at the end. David, if I may, shout out to Alex Arena, one of the most loyal Baruch fans there is. Carmelo, they're at every game. And to those of you out in Baruch Nation, when New Year's comes, Happy New Year, healthy, and continue to support Baruch athletics. One of the better schools in the nation academically and athletically.
Definitely a nice combination here. One of the best academic schools in the Northeast for sure, Joe. And then don't forget to come out also on February 14th. It's going to be a doubleheader against John Jay. It's Bearcats Appreciation Day or night. But what it will be senior night for a bunch of guys, including Devin Nicholson, Saeed Osorio, Michael Gannon, Akil Vaughn.
Well, you wish all these seniors well. They are such respectable student athletes. Coach Alisi gets the best of the best. They play the game the right way, and they go out and make their mark in society.
And sorry for the delay here, guys. We're just trying to get the shot clock and game clock on the backboard back on. It is right now. We do have the score and we have the game clock on, but the shot clock itself is not on. So we're going to get things back underway here.
Well, the thing about it here with this delay is players have to continue to stay focused, move around. We don't want any cramps or injuries, so players need to be in the moment, and they'll correct what they have to do. But, again, Baruch in a good place now, hoping for back-to-back victories, and players who are younger, getting older, more experienced. And, again, they are the team to beat here in CUNY. One thing, David, about the alumni game is I get the honor to coach one of the teams, and I leave one chair open, which I put a sweater on in remembering Coach Rankers used to wear sweaters. And we always want to remember him that day as well as every day. And so we put a sweater on a chair in his memory.
And he had 419 wins for the Bearcats, all-time leader in basketball wins for
Yeah.
Baruch.
He just was a great person and made people better. Just a horrible loss when we lost him. And he continues to live on in what's good about the game of basketball and sports.
And we should have getting a new antenna for our scores station here, but we should have a shot clock up momentarily, and we'll be able to get underway.
Yeah, well,
oh, and now we got them both on. There we go, and we should be good momentarily.
Boy, Coach Alisi made that look easy. I have to get him to set up my my new VCR.
New VCR.
Yeah, I got to get him to do that. Boy, he made that look easy. Forget the geeks at Best Buy. I need Coach Alisi.
So Baruch had 24 seconds to shoot. A little under 13 remaining here in the ballgame. Baruch lead by 10. Mohamed Gueye working on downs on the far side. He picks up his dribble. Ooh, almost threw it into the backcourt. Jamel Fair able to corral. Working on Amin, and it's going to be an offensive foul. That was, I mean, maybe there's a little bit of an arm, but that seemed to be sold a bit by Amin.
That was a tough possession because Baruch didn't seem to be in sync or have a plan.
So it'll be Devine to bring it into the front court. Gives it over to Henry on the far side. Inside to Downs now on the elbow. Trying to find the cutter of Santos. Back door. Nice save there by Osorio. And Panagakos gives it back to Osorio, but that ball's stolen. A little too hectic. Devine going to come the other way. Gives it off to Downs. Gets his shot blocked by Mohamed Gueye. And Osorio comes away with it. He'll give it up into the front court. Dangerous pass. Over to Gerard Nicholson, though, who's able to corral and able to finish off glass.
Yeah, both teams look like they're playing a little too fast.
You would have thought maybe they just had about a 5-minute break here in the second half, Joe.
Yeah, I think the Gatorade's a little spiked that they're drinking.
That's the other thing, too, Joe. It's like you have those technical timeouts. You know, if your team has some momentum like Baruch did right before the half, it could definitely alter things. We'll see how it comes out as that high shot by Devine is no good. And Baruch trying to push the other way with Osorio. Osorio right into the lane. He gets fouled. Shot no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Dave, in a game like this, Osorio is going to be really effective, or could be, because Rutgers is leaving a lot of openings, and Osorio is really receptive that he sees that and wants to go through.
We've seen him really try to push the tempo, have we, Saeed Osorio, in the second half here, especially, namely the last couple possessions.
Yeah, he sees openings in the defense.
Now Nicholson straight on three. I mean, won't close him out. Ooh, that. I mean, I thought that one off Pierre last, Joe. The way his hand was going, was going back towards his own basket.
I think the ref has to check his contact lenses on that one. That's fairly obvious.
So Pierre trying to establish position. Panagakos up against him. Surprised not to see Vaughn, Joe, back into the game now that Pierre's in the game.
Yeah, I would have thought that simultaneously Coach Alisi would match that substitution.
As Guy able to corral that weak side rebound for the Bearcats. Fair on the far side wing. Ball swung around the perimeter. Now to crossover move against Downs. His shot around and out. No good. Panagakos battling with Pierre for the rebounds. Pierre who comes away with it. And it'll be Henry to bring it into the front court.
Coach Alisi going with Panagakos because he wants to get him ready for conference play. He's 5 fouls, David. He doesn't give you a lot, but he gives you 5 fouls and a big body. And he can match up with the bigs of Rutgers.
And Pierre on the offensive foul there, and the Rutgers bench not a fan of that call. And they may have had a case there, as that time Henry was a little overzealous, and the problem with that is that's already the 17th foul for Rutgers Camden, so it'll be the bonus moving forward for the Bearcats.
Well, Rutgers is playing undisciplined now. They're causing their own problems, which is why they do have players, but why they're 2-9.
Shot no good there, and it'll be Rutgers to bring it into the front court.
You've got to take away position down low if you're Baruch.
Nice offensive board there by Santos. He can't finish, though, Mohamed Gueye. I think he might have taken one in the lip or in the eye, and he seems hurting on the way back. As a dangerous pass there. Osorio able to come away with it, and he's fouled by Santos.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact down low on both ends. This is a time, David, where Fair has got to kind of take over the leadership role for the Bearcats. It's a 12-point lead, plenty of time for Rutgers to come back, and Baruch has to weather a possible momentum change right now, 10-minute mark.
Opportunity for Osorio to extend at the free throw line.
Yeah, you need your leadership now to kind of slow it down, no rush.
And it's rare. You bring in a lot of players this year to, compensate for some of the outgoing players, including Bajrami last year, leading scorer. And it's rare that you almost bring in veteran leadership at the collegiate level because you bring in multiple grad students to this lineup.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Coach Alisi just is one of the better coaches around. He just gets it.
I mean, you're talking about Devin Nicholson, Michael Gannon, Akil Vaughn, and Saeed Osorio, all grad students, all joining the team this year.
You get the best of all worlds.
3 there by Devine, no good. I think that went off Purisic's foot. Now inside to Santos. His shot a bit short. He gets his own rebound. He still can't finish. Pierre, though, getting another offensive board. That's got to be frustrating if you're Coach Alisi. And Rutgers wants to talk things over. And it looked like Pierre might have taken a couple steps, got away with it to either way. So with 9:42, we'll step aside. Baruch lead 48-36. You're watching Baruch Bearcats basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So both teams will break the huddle. Baruch's lead is 12, 9:42 remaining here at the Arc Arena. Baruch trying to sweep both games in a back-to-back.
Baruch defensively, Dave, has got to stop entry passes into the lane. And also, when the shot goes up, look where the men are. Get in front of them. This is fundamental basketball that could win this game for the Bearcats if they do that.
Purisic now has it up top. Trying to find options, gives it to Panagakos underneath. He's going to go 1-on-2, and he forces it through over the outstretched arms of Pierre. And that got Baruch's bench up. A nice move there by Panagakos underneath.
Hey, you're playing with house money on a play like that. He's not supposed to score.
Santos underneath, drawing through some contact and able to lay it in.
Well, Santos muscled that in. You can't stop that there. But he got position in the first place, which he shouldn't have had.
That was Panagakos' first field goal on the season. As Fair has it now up top, handoff to Saeed Osorio. Osorio going to go right into the lane. He'll circle back, bounce pass to Fair. Fair, offensive foul. Nice play there by Pierre underneath. And that's going to go back the other way. And Coach Alisi and Fair both trying to plead to the referees that they thought he was inside the semicircle underneath.
Also, Dave, Fair was straight up when he made that shot.
With that said, Pierre may have had his feet planted underneath. It's really where were those feet in relation to the semicircle. Either way, it'll be Camden's ball up to, in the offensive end with Santos. Bounce pass over to Devine.
Baruch has to locate where people are, especially when the shot goes up.
Devine's going to pull a three. His shot a little too strong. Santos battling underneath. It'll be Jules who can't finish. And we've said that time and time again so far, Joe. It's really Camden unable to really finish underneath when they get some easy looks.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting the ball in terms of second and third shots, but they're not making. You know what, David, that I don't see in the game anymore? When you get in close and you get a shot, dunk the ball. That's the most efficient thing if you're in that close and you can dunk the ball.
Not everyone's blessed with that ability there, Joe, as second free throw there is no good for the Bearcats. Ooh, it's going to be a foul underneath. Pierre got fouled.
Well, once Pierre started moving, It's hard to defend that, Dave. I think you just have to deny him the entry pass. Don't let it get to that point where he's also ready to go.
And something I know the Bearcats will look at on game film, Joe, is they've really allowed, or not, maybe not allowed, but Pierre has been able to dictate where he catches the ball by gaining position in the paint.
We understand his size, but if you deny with your arm, you're gonna be in good shape.
And he missed a free throw, and it's going to be a jump ball. We'll see which way the possession arrow goes. It's going to go back to the Bearcats.
David, I've heard coaches in practice scream 100 times, deny, 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 deny. In a game, doesn't happen.
So the possession arrow was Baruch's way. It's also he's a quality big man. You know, he's been able to get his positioning all afternoon. So it's not necessarily what Baruch's not doing. It'll also be what Pierre is doing.
Yeah. But listen, these are lessons learned for the future when you face bigs again. Kind of how you got to be successful against them.
Everything else seems to be working so far for the Bearcats. Just like that, Downs able to get an easy layup, but Baruch still lead by 10. 7.5 remaining here in the ball game.
We have not heard him all night, David. He can play.
He's been having a rough night. Panagacco shot no good. It's going to go off him last. And so Rutgers have an opportunity to cut the lead to single digits. And to your point, Joe, Downs, only 2 of 5 from the field. He has 5 boards, 8 rebounds. But as your leading scorer on the season, not really what you expected out of him coming into the ballgame.
If you let that guy work, I think he can be effective. And Camden has just eluded that today.
He's also been in some foul trouble. As now it's Downs on the near side. He'll pump fake. He goes into the lane, kicks it outside to Orzechowski up top. Over to Amin, now back to Orzechowski. Now Santos on the baseline. Hop step into the lane. That should be an easy bucket. But Santos, time and again, has not been able to finish today as it's Purisic coming the other way. Purisic's floater is good in the lane.
Purisic showing perimeter skills on that. That's new to his game this year.
And Santos, 3 of 12 from the field, Joe. Make it 3 of 13 now. Only 7 points, but, I mean, a few times he's missed baskets right at the rim.
Yeah, Santos can play. Again, don't go by Rutgers' record. They have some players.
Nice find there from Downs into Savage. Santos able to corral that rebound. He's going to go right back up with it and finish. And you could, you go 3 of 13 now, make it 4 of 14. That could definitely frustrate you a bit if you're one of your, if you expect more out of yourself as Santos does.
David, it's a 10-point lead with 6 minutes to go. I feel that Baruch is letting a little momentum swing go Rutgers' way.
And just like that, once again, with Baruch being in the bonus, making now the double bonus, any foul here is, you got to convert these free throws to try to close out this game.
Santos is coming alive, okay? And that doesn't bode well for Baruch, okay? 10 points isn't a lot to make up.
So Nicholson at the line to shoot 2. I mean, you could argue if Santos was hitting some of his shots early on, it would be even closer than a 10-point game.
Yeah, too late. But going forward, I'm impressed by this Rutgers team. If they can kind of tighten the bolts.
And Nicholson knocks down the second. Rutgers started off hot, now only shooting 28% from the field, so it's really just about efficiency from the field. Orzechowski now has it on the far side, looking for options, gives it up top to Savage. Emil on the far side, inside to Downs. He gives a cross-court pass right into our lap here at the scorer's table, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Dave, look who's in the backcourt for the Bearcats, the Nicholsons. Now, they are the stabilizing forces, and I think Coach Alisi wants them to be the closers as we go forward.
Devin Nicholson actually leading all scorers tonight as he had 15 in the first half. Nothing from him here in the second half so far.
Now, Vaughn has got a screen and go post up.
Nope, instead Gueye will pull. He did come with the screen. Gueye didn't want it, instead decided to shoot the 3. He's off there, and it'll be Santos the other way, up to Savage up top. Back to Santos here on the near side.
So they have to locate Santos because he wants to be the guy right now.
Inside, trying to get it inside the Downs. Vaughn knocks it away, but Santos comes away with it, out to Orzechowski. His shot way too long. And Gueye, I think, jumped a bit too early, went off his leg last, so it'll go back to Rutgers.
Now also Vaughn, with his quick hands, is very disruptive down low to go with his shot blocking ability.
So Gueye comes away with it, and it'll be now Devin Nicholson to bring things up. Devine on him. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Baruch lead by 12.
Baruch has to work clock now.
Nice find there by Nicholson. Right into Vaughn. That's just too easy.
That was a preview of what can hoist the championship banner for you. Get it into this big body.
And that's going to be a timeout for Coach Padilla and the Rutgers Camden. So we'll step aside with 4:38 remaining. Baruch up by 14. So both teams break the huddle. It'll be Camden's ball right in front of their own net here. No, excuse me, right in front of their own bench. As it'll be Savage to inbound. He's with Pierre Downs, Devine, and Amin on the floor. It'll be the Nicholsons, Fair, Vaughn, and Gueye for the Bearcats. So Devine gives it up to Savage up top. Savage takes a dribble, gives it out to Devine on the near side. He's looking for options. Baruch tightening up defense, 3 to shoot for Rutgers. It'll be Pierre who steps out. He doesn't hit anything, and it's going to be a shot clock violation against Rutgers of Camden.
David, if you watch Vaughn on that defensive position, he was communicating where Pierre was. His hands and feet were moving. He was ready to take him out of any possible position.
And it turned into a 4th shot at the end of the shot clock there for the Raptors.
Right, great playing by Vaughn.
Fair looking for an option, finds Vaughn. Vaughn gives it off to Nicholson. Devin Nicholson going to pull straight on. His shot off front iron, no good. And it's quickly the other way with Rutgers. Gives it inside to Pierre. Pierre, once again, one of the first down the court. Nice step through move, and Mohamed Gueye blocks him from behind. Nice move there by Pierre, though, to create some space.
But, you know, what does Mohamed Gueye do? He's a shot blocker.
Nice play there from Gueye. Under 4 minutes remaining. Devine thinks about the shot, gives it over to Downs here on the near side, puts it on the deck. Ooh, his pass to Savage, knocked away. I think it was Gueye who last got it. It was now Nicholson. Nice little Euro step move and able to finish with the right hand.
But that was made possible by great hands from the other Nicholson. We can't go a game, David, without understanding the depth that Baruch has at forward. All these forwards, shot blocking ability, rebounding, scoring, it's just a luxury to have, and it's going to be a problem in CUNY.
They have a lot of depth, both at the guard and forward position, do the Bearcats.
Coach Alisi can go with a lot of situational basketball based on these abilities of his guards and players. It's a great luxury to have as a coach.
And they're not going to count that free throw. They're going to call a lane violation. An interesting moment there, Joe, right before the free throw. Cameron Downs almost asking coach to get subbed out of the game. He stays in, but something to watch there with closing it on 3 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Don't know if he's hurt or if just having a frustrated game, here at the Arc Arena. And Purisic unable to hit there. The Raptors quickly the other way. Savage is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, the minutes now are getting Donnellan again back into the flow, coming off an injury. He again, key player.
And Savage knocks down the first. And no good on the second. Guy soars for that rebound and then right quickly into the hands of Donnellan. Up to Guy, now into the front court to Gerard Nicholson. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Devin Nicholson has it on the near side, working on Amin.
This is just working clock if you're the Bearcats. No rush.
Nice play there by Nicholson, who can't finish. That was Gerard Nicholson. He hop-stepped past the defender. Couldn't finish, though, with the right hand.
I think going forward, the Bearcats are going to have to be more patient down the end. Use the clock as your friend. You got to lead. No rush.
And Devin Nicholson able to get into the front court with the help of Mohamed Gueye. Now Donnellan has it on the near side. Baruch can take it right up to 2 minutes on this possession here.
Yeah, you're in a good place now. Just, again, good shot selection, knowing what the score is in the clock.
Purisic working on Downs. And he's fouled by Downs there underneath. And he'll send Purisic to the line to shoot 2. So it's the double bonus for the Bearcats as he knocks down the first.
Yeah, possible CUNY Player of the Year. Purisic has a lot of help this year. And, I love the toughness of the Bearcats this year going into conference play. That's that great intangible. And the fact that they can weather storms.
So he has 11 and 8 tonight. Mohamed Gueye has 10 points, 12 boards, and 4 blocks. So Gueye already on a double-double. Purisic trying to join him. And Mohamed Gueye, 11 blocks over this doubleheader, back-to-back, in the last 2 days.
Well, David, he's playing with a lot of confidence. You can see it in his body language.
And Joe, maybe it's just me, but I thought yesterday his blocks were way more emphatic, way more visible. I don't know if I saw 4 blocks today. Not saying he didn't have it. It just seemed yesterday he was making some emphatic blocks off the glass.
If you watch game film, you'll see a lot of hands in the right places for the Bearcats today, whether it's Gueye or Nicholson.
And Amin able to come away with the steal and finish. It's a 15-point game.
That's a rare lapse by Donnellan as a ball handler. Donnellan has to get his conditioning up and, get himself back into game-ready situation. But I call them the three amigos now. The Nicholsons and Donnellan will really be a big help in conference play.
We saw them, and all three are on the floor. We saw the Baruch start the half with this lineup. It's them three with Gueye and Purisic as they look to close this one out, up by 15, 60-45, coming in a little under a minute and a half remaining here in the ball game.
Yeah, this is the small lineup that Coach Alisi can play with.
Ooh, nice find by Purisic to Donnellan. Donnellan almost brought himself too far into the basket, kicks it out to Nicholson on the near side. His three no good. Mohamed Gueye on the board. And that was, he got lucky there because Mohamed Gueye did I would say a bad thing if you're a big.
He put it down. Yes.
Exactly, Joe.
Exactly.
He caught that rebound. Where did he go with it first? Down
Sure.
to his knees, and you can't do that because then you're inviting hands onto the basketball.
Yeah. What I like about Purisic, he's brought a different game this year. He's a perimeter player. He can make passes from the perimeter, and he can, get himself to the basket from the perimeter. So that's boy, oh boy, these guys worked on their game during the summer, and it's showing, adding dimensions.
You almost have to for Coach Alisi, though, because he's gonna play his best players.
Well, again, he's not a great coach for no reason. He gets it, and I want to underline that. One of the better coaches around on any level.
So it's Orzakowski looking for options. Checking into the game there is Justin Jules.
Well, take your hat off to Rutgers. Again, don't go by their record. They do have pieces if things went well for them.
Justin Jules going to shoot the three there. No good. Mohamed Gueye on the rebound. All over him is Isaiah Waters, who just checked into the game, and they've kind of gone with their bench here in the last few minutes as they trail by 17. Three there by Devin Nicholson. No good. Mohamed Gueye soars for that rebound. His shot also off. Sean Jules able to come away with that. That'll be Orzakowski to bring it into the front court.
The activity level of Vaughn, Purisic, and Gueye is going to bode well for the Bearcats going forward. There's the hands of Nicholson again.
Nicholson can't finish, and this will probably wrap it up here as Waters gets it into the front court, goes right in, lays it in with 3.9 left. This should do it, as Baruch are going to take this one 62-47 here at the Arc Arena and sweep the front and back end of the doubleheader against Goucher and the University of Rutgers at Camden.
Yeah, great performance by Baruch. Different scenarios in each game, but both teams provided, some opposition for the Bearcats. But, David, going into 2023 and CUNY play, Bearcats have a lot to be looking forward to. Great. They have tough guards and the three amigos, and I think they're ready to make a run at the championship banner. Let's everybody stay healthy. Happy New Year when it comes to Baruch Nation, and everybody, thanks for joining in. And get ready because it's going to be good stuff here, both men and women, Baruch basketball.
Yeah, it's going to come quick. The CUNYAC starts next week, January 3rd at York, and then our next broadcast, Joe, will be home against City College for both men's and women's basketball, so it's going to be great action here at the Arc Arena. But in terms of tonight's game, Joe, definitely a bit of tale of two halves. It was Devin Nicholson in the first and then Purisic and Gueye to really close things down for the Bearcats.
Yeah, but we have to say that Nicholson really was that spark plug. And again, what I always want to tell you in the telecast is all the young players are a little bit older, and the veterans are ready to kind of, put that through there. But again, Gueye, complete game, and every night somebody else is stepping up. We've been saying that.
So, big win for the Bearcats. Once again, they'll be at York on Tuesday night, January 3rd, and then be back at home January 6th against City College. So that'll about do it for us here at the Arc Arena, Joe. Bearcats win 62-47, sweeping the doubleheader between Goucher and University of Rutgers at Camden. This broadcast has been in conjunction with the Baruch Athletic Department. For Joe Stozer, I'm David Just. Have a happy New Year, everyone, and we'll catch you in 2023.
Happy New Year.